It's easy to get lost in cars and offices and grocery stores and forget that there's a bigger, more beautiful world we don't always get to see. But there's stunning stuff happening every day, in some cases right outside your door. So let's take a whirl through some of the most incredible, sometimes mind-boggling phenomena the Earth has to offer, along with a little of the science behind them. Number 10. Bright red Lake Natron. Lake Natron, in Tanzania, can hit 140 degrees Fahrenheit and, thanks to a nearby volcano, alkalinity at the level of pure ammonia. That means it's almost deserted, except for a particularly hardy fish, the microbes that make it look red, and lesser flamingos. The birds actually use the lake as their only breeding ground, not just because they're color coordinated, but because there aren't very many predators around to eat the chicks. But animals that do die in the lake end up so coated in baking soda and similar chemicals that they look like they've been turned to stone. Number 9. Eye of the Sahara. Formerly known as the Richtat structure, the Eye of the Sahara is in Mauritania. Scientists are still trying to confirm how it was formed, but they think it's the eroded remains of a giant dome of rock. If so, it would have originally formed when magma pushing up towards the surface of the Earth created a bulge, like a pimple. Each band of the ring is made of a different type of rock that erodes at a different speed. It's also the almost home signal for astronauts landing in Florida. In fact, astronauts are mostly responsible for teaching us there's something there in the first place, since the formation is difficult to recognize when you walk over it. Number 8. Giant permafrost explosions. As the climate is changing, new phenomena are developing, none quite so explosively as this one. It turns out that if you heat frozen methane trapped in the Siberian permafrost enough, it turns into a gas, eventually building up so much pressure that the ground explodes. The loud boom and giant hole these bursts create were first reported in 2013. Number 7. Desert roses. Sting wasn't making it up. There really is such a thing as a desert rose. It's a special form of the mineral gypsum that can develop in dry sandy places that occasionally flood. The switching between wet and dry lets gypsum crystals form between grains of sand, trapping them. Number 6. Blood falls. Blood falls, in one of the driest regions of Antarctica, is fed by an underground lake. It's full of bacteria scientists want to study because they fuel themselves with sulfates, instead of sugars like we do. The water has so much iron in it that it literally rusts when it meets air, giving the waterfall its trademark color. Number 5. Bismuth crystals. Bismuth is a dense, super shiny gray metal that's found in predictable places like safety valves and paintings, but also Pepto-Bismol. If you melt it, then cool it very slowly, bismuth forms iridescent cubic crystals, even in your own stove. The structure of a bismuth crystal is just so wild in the beautiful color that happens when it oxidizes is captivating. When metal oxidizes, it means that its outer layer has changed because of its exposure to the oxygen in the air around us. When iron oxidizes, it gets a red-orange colored layer we call rust. When bismuth oxidizes, however, you can see so many colors, like pink, purple, green, blue and yellow. Number 4. Penitentes. These ice spikes, called penitentes, form in high altitudes, where sunlight turns ice directly into water vapor, rather than melting it to water. Sunbeams vaporize small dimples in the snow's surface. Then, the uneven surface directs sun into the dips and away from the peaks, exacerbating the trend. Penitentes can grow as tall as 15 feet. Number 3. Fire whirls, aka fire tornadoes. It's pretty clear how this phenomenon got its nickname. It looks like a tornado, but it's made of fire. It's just like a spinning column of flames, forecaster Michael Watkins told the Los Angeles Times. They form when wind patterns twist an active fire into a column. About once a year, the U.S. sees one large fire whirl, as tall as 1,000 feet. Fire whirls can spread fires not only directly, but also by scattering burning debris. Number 2. Fire rainbows. Sorry, we mean circumhorizon arcs. These beautiful sky paintings have nothing to do with fire or rain, as weather-loving people are very quick to point out. They're actually caused by the sun, very high in the sky, shining through a particular type of ice cloud formation. That means that how rare they are varies with how far north or south you are. Number 1. Volcanic lightning. That's right, volcanoes can produce lightning. It's pretty hard to study, but researchers have a few ideas about what causes it. One of the most common is that during an eruption, ash picks up so much friction that the buildup of static electricity causes lightning.